It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. We are not Fulani terrorists. IPOB speaks on alleged plot to kidnap Ebonyi students. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Monday denied reports alleging a plan to kidnap students in Ebonyi State and the southeast. Indigenous people of Biafra declared that it is not a terrorist group that kidnaps students and citizens. The group insisted that it is a freedom-fighting movement and not a Fulani terrorist group. The separatist was reacting to reports alleging its members that are planning to kidnap students and workers of federal institutions in Ebonyi State and the southeast, south-south in general. A statement by the group spokesman, Emma Powerful, said the attention of the global movement and family of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the command and leadership of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been drawn to the fabricated statement by Fulani-controlled Department of State Services, DSS, claiming that IPOB is planning to kidnap students and workers of federal institutions in Southeast and South-South, particularly those in Ebonyi. We want to unequivocally and categorically make it clear that all Biafrans and the world at large that IPOB is not in the business of kidnapping people. Biafrans and humanity are very much aware of those who kidnapped innocent people and asked for ransom. Biafrans and humanity are also aware that the Nigerian government, working in collaboration with the kidnappers, will negotiate with these evil terrorists and hugely reward them financially in the name of ransom payment. These terrorists will now use the money given to them by the Nigerian government to purchase weapons. What this implies, therefore, is that the Nigerian government is the direct financier of these kidnappings incidents in all across the contraption called Nigeria. Now, they want to extend their evil trade into Biafra land, but before they commence their plan, they are going to divert your attention to the wrong place, and that is why they are trying to nail the IPOB to their evil act, saying that they are no Fulani terrorist headsmen, and this accompanies with the United States revelation just of recent. And their confirmation about how terrorism is being sponsored in the country goes along with the declaration by the same IPOB saying that from their inception they can never be linked with any single kidnap or abduction incident, whether within or outside Biafra land, because that is neither their modus operandi nor part of their fundamental objectives, that they are actually for humanity and to protect the peace and progress of Biafra land and also their stability. People's Gazette could not immediately confirm the United States has shared its intelligence around Boko Haram bandits' collaboration with Mr. Buhari or its national security appointees. Although the Nigerian military has launched frequent attacks to take out bandits across the northwest, the gangs have shown stronger capabilities and resilience in confronting government forces over the past year. The Nigerian Air Force confirmed on July 19 that bandits had shot down one of its fighter jets, but the pilot was able to eject and there were no casualties. The incident came as Mr. Buhari was visiting his hometown for this year's Salah, and in August, the bandits breached the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna, killing soldiers and abducting other officers, including an army major. At least 3 military bases have also been raided in Sokoto and Zamfara within the past few weeks. And this is the news talking about the panel of United States policymakers that have uncovered the Boko Haram terrorists operating in the northeast region and saying that they have actually been collaborating with some terrorist communities across the northwest so that they can get ransom from the Buhari-led administration, and that a whole lot of victims have actually been suffered from this collaboration of armed bandits and the and some uncovered policymakers and the American newspaper has actually says that the United States has not recognized armed banditry as a direct threat to its own interest, but their officials have actually been monitoring how the commanders of this terrorist group have been getting possible coordination with the Boko Haram insurgents, saying that the bandits are a distant priority for the United States policymakers and that they are focusing on Nigeria's jihadist threat, although the American officials said that they have at the time intercepted calls from suspected Islamist militants in the northeast who are advising the bandits in the northwest on how to kidnap people and how to go on with negotiations. And there was a journal from the United States policymakers who actually reported as such, saying that President Muhammadu Buhari has actually refused to declare bandits as terrorists, and because of some political or religious aspect of it, saying that the administration officials said that the government was actually not in a hurry to label the bandits as terrorists, but they have ensured that security forces continue to intensify their raids of unsecured forest and their hideouts, because we know that most of these bandits actually tour around the forest, to perpetrate their evil acts, and therefore the security agencies of Nigeria has actually been manning every nook and cranny of the forest to ensure that they bring every of these terrorists to book. However, the problem is how to understand the culture of the cattle rearers, saying that the Nigerian cattle rearers do not carry anything more than stick, and sometimes they carry machete to just cut some herbs for the cattle. But those foreigners from parts of Africa are carrying AK-47. And this was the words of President Muhammadu Buhari at a particular point in time this year when he was actually interviewed, saying that the cattle rearers are actually not the ones carrying AK-47, that it was some foreigners from other parts of Africa that was actually doing all this. However, the bandits have actually acquired weapons that are even more sophisticated than the known AK-47. And at a particular point in time, we had the news where they shot down a fighter jet deployed to conduct some operations in the hostile region in the forest. And the criminal factions appear to be better equipped with larger capacity advanced weapons than the security agencies of Nigeria. And these were the reports that the journal has cited during the security memo that they presented to President Muhammadu Buhari in July. And the journal also disclosed that the United States found out that the outlet was actually reporting that Nigerian Air Force paid a whole sum of 20 million naira to buy an anti-aircraft machine gun from bandits before they could use the machine to bring down the president's plane. So it was quite funny, although it has actually not made the news that this actually happened. But the journal from the US findings got to know that the Nigerian Air Force actually paid a whole sum of 20 million naira to buy this anti-aircraft machine gun. And the People's Gazette could not immediately confirm that the United States has shared its intelligence around Boko Haram bandits, collaboration with Buhari or his national security appointees. However, the Nigerian Air Force had confirmed on July 19 that bandits had shot down one of their fighter jets, but the pilot was actually able to eject without no